a Harrison.
Yep, that's exactly what.
And Fishy Fairy, also known as TiddlerCelestial, I suppose, or his big fish god, whatever, lots of things. He is playing Rogue, Priest, Shaman, Druid, and had his Warlock banned.
Yep.
Which I think has been Gaara's strategy all along. Ban the Warlock, play the Priest.
Yeah, honestly, I felt like Gaara's, we talked about this a lot beforehand, I felt like Gaara's lineup's a little weak to Rogue, but he opted to ban Warlock instead just because it is the deck that this player is most comfortable with. I believe he swept, I want to say like the Taiwanese qualifiers with it. Oh, that Wild Growth draw is fantastic. But yeah, it's exactly what Gaara expected. He said he'd open Paladin because he expected, oh my god.
I think that's fine. I mean,
yeah, it's not bad actually.
What are you Wild Growth into?
Yeah, it's a good play. It lets you kill off the. Like his idea is to attack the tokens and then Wild Growth after. My idea was to like Wild Growth and next turn Hero Power Haunted Creeper.
What do you think about this?
Just drop
the
an
owl.
That's a fine play. How else are you gonna get rid of that as Paladin?
All right.
But yeah, Paladin is generally considered heavily favored against Druid because it's just very strong against these mid-game threats. You have Elder Peacekeeper for their low thebs, their Druid of the Claws. You have a pile of taunts so you don't die to the combo. You have board clears if you ever fall too far behind, and you generally have more card advantage than the Druid deck.
I've actually played this matchup a lot. Usually when I played ladder, not too much recently, but in the past, I play a very similar type of Paladin deck, and I'd say it's not too favored on the Paladin, just from experience. I think maybe it's like 60%. It's 40% of the time because of the Paladin deck, you know, you have the heals, but you don't really know when to use them.
Yeah.
You just, like, surprise die, like 1 in 3 games.
Yeah, the heals
and a very small percentage on top of that. You just don't draw board clears. You get overwhelmed by, like, Yetis and stuff.
That's definitely fair. A lot of it is in knowing how to mulligan for the matchup and all that. And, of course, the decks have changed a lot since then. This type of Druid deck tends to sort of peter out of cards faster than the Druid decks back in the day.
Whoa, swipe.
Yeah. A card like Sludge Belcher has improved the matchup significantly for Paladin because it just slows the game down that much more. And the Paladin has inevitability. It definitely wants to go along.
Now, what do you think about that swipe instead of Wrath Hero Power against the Paladin?
It's...
The Senjin got swiped.
Yeah, it's likely wrong, but I think his thought process is he wants to draw off the Wrath because he knows that, you know, it's very easy to run out of cards and it's important to pick one up when you can. Double Savage Roar. This just looks very bad for the Druid player at the moment. That Yeti draw is not bad though. I think you probably just hold off on.
I really feel that the 1/1s can get out of control, and like the swipe is so valuable.
Yeah, I agree with you. I would have held on to the swipe. But yeah, his thought process is probably just wanting to draw off the Wrath. Yeah, I would hold on to the Wild Growth here. His hand just doesn't really have much to accelerate into. If he draws Ancient Allure next turn, he can play it anyway.
Okay, well,
it's a fine play. I mean, he's like using the mana now to just cycle.
But he did that instead of Hero Power.
Yeah.
So considering the use of Wrath and the use of Swipe, it was clearly not to his favor.
Probably not.
Yeah.
The thing is, he now has essentially a Force of Nature instead of a Swipe.
Yeah, but he would draw the Force of Nature next turn.
Yeah, but then he would be like a card. Next turn, he's going to be a card deeper. You know what I mean? Like instead of a Swipe, he has the random. He's like one card deeper in his deck.
You like his play?
I would have gone with your play. I would have saved the Swipe, but I'm saying that his play is not entirely without merit, and that's probably his thought process. Is trying to save Wrath for that draw. Saving Keeper is pretty important. As a Druid, you know, Tyrion is just going to do terrible, unspeakable things to you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now you play Shade because you just saw Consecrate, right?
Yeah. To be fair, though, his hand has nothing. Like, I wouldn't really fault him for playing Keeper and just hoping his opponent never draws Tyrion. You do have to play this deck more aggressively. He's got double combo.
Now, what do you do here? I think you let the Shades slide. You just True Silver down the 2/4 and maybe Dude.
I think that because this is the turn, like next turn the Druid's going to have 8 mana, so this is the turn you can afford to like let him have some dudes because you're probably not getting comboed. So this is the turn I'd use to develop Guardian of Kings, and then I'd probably go into like True Silver plus stuff next turn.
Okay.
If I think this is one turn later, maybe the Druid is threatening, you know, 9 mana. Maybe
I just feel the True Silver gets optimal heal value this turn, and the Guardian doesn't.
Yeah, it's one of the best targets to kill.
You gain 2 life, you put the 30, then you kill it there at 28, and you might get 1 damage next turn. The True Silver hits for basically heals guaranteed for full value.
Yeah. You get all your heals that way for sure. But his hand's kind of slow. He's got lay on hands. I think like he goes with your play. I would have developed the Guardian of Kings, because I think if you don't play it this turn, you pretty much never will. But this is fine, too. And sure, you don't gain the full life off the Guardian, but you do get a 5/6 that's going to be attacking. Every turn you don't play that Guardian, you're missing out on a 5 damage attack. And those will, in the long run, prevent damage as well. So.
Oh, man.
That is literally the worst card that you could have drawn here. But that's just an ugly, ugly hand. You don't want to see that. That's really unfortunate for him. 6 mana unused, 0 plays on turn 8. It should be nearly unlosable for the Paladin deck at this point.
What do you do here? I think you Guardian.
I agree. I would Guardian. So much of the value in lay on hands is that heal, and you have so many cards to play anyway. Like, yeah, I would Guardian.
I think the risk right now is that he's going to draw into an Innervate and do Force of Nature Savage Roar, Innervate Savage Roar.
Is that even lethal, though? I don't even know.
I mean, it's one of those win conditions that you don't really expect.
It's 26 damage, so it wouldn't quite be lethal.
Yeah. But, I mean, this is how you lose as a Paladin.
Yeah,
like,
I
I've
believe
experienced this.
Yeah. He wouldn't, like, okay, I think it's okay since he wouldn't immediately die, and then next turn he'd go, like, lay on hands Holy Light and be okay. And the Druid would be completely out of cards. And to be fair, he's still a turn away from being able to innervate that second Savage Roar.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, Gaara's going to be, I'm at 24,
Oh, yeah.
I'm okay,
I think,
and
given...
then dead.
Yeah. Gaara's
Yeah.
a very good player. I think understanding that the Druid just played literally nothing on turn 8, that gives you so much information about what's in their hand.
Oh, he does go lay on hands.
Yeah. If he had a creature, he would have played a creature. So Gaara knows that his hand is force combo pieces and swipe.
There's the Innervate.
This is an interesting game now. You know what I would do here, honestly? I would double Wild Growth. Just to use the mana to cycle one now. You lose a card, but you get to draw immediately, and then you could have played a creature that you drew this turn.
Gaara's dead. He's dead if he doesn't equality kill that.
Is he really dead?
Yes.
It's 14 plus...
Isn't he?
Plus 15. No, he's one short. he's gonna put a 1 life. I think. I really hope I did that math wrong, because oh my god. This would be the most insane way to lose.
Yeah, you're right. One off. Oh no, one over.
Oh, I forgot about the second set. Oh, that's so unlucky.
Yep.
Well,
that 1 out of 3 games just happened.
What do you say about that game?
That was the most extreme version of that type of loss.
Who takes 30 damage in 1 turn?
31.
I've never seen that in a tournament.
Yeah.
Not since, like, beta.
Yeah. Playing the stealthy dudes.
It generally doesn't have targets in this matchup unless they're playing Sludge Belcher. Sometimes you can get Haunted Creeper value, but it's just so situational.
Oh, there's that Innervate.
Yeah, Innervate Yeti, the Nightmare of Priests. Does Gaara have a circle? That's the big question. It does not. Oh, man. This is so brutal. Do you just play the Injured Blade Master anyway? Gaara needs to draw a circle right now. That's not it. Yep, he just has to do something. All right. Luckily for him,
He doesn't have an immediate answer. He doesn't have a wrath.
there's no wrath yet. Yeah. Swipe Reno. Okay.
Okay.
So now that Smite's going to finish it off. He's not completely wrecked. And also the Druid doesn't have a solid turn 4 play, so he's not really facing pressure until turn 5 from that Spectral Knight. Which, to be fair,
What do
is
you
one
think
of the
about the
hardest
greed mode play to not smite and try to get
Shadow
a creature
Man.
with Shadow
There's
Madness?
no way you'd get a target. Unless your opponent just, like...
Oh, you are.
Oh, the keeper.
If you play nothing, you keep her face.
It's so unlikely.
He's going to keep her face now, isn't he?
Nah, BGH is way better here.
Okay.
No targets against Priest. Yeah, great Sludge Belcher turn. I'm sorry, turn 4. Oh, man, the double Shadow Man is really biting him here. Just the awkward do-nothing turn 4 play. That happens sometimes with
Ouch.
Priest.
That is rough.
It's going to be so difficult for him to deal with Spectral Knight. That might be the best creature in the game against Priest. 4 power, untargetable. What can you do about
Well,
it?
4 power doesn't matter if it's untargetable. Black Knight there. That's a pretty good answer.
Yeah,
I think Gaara's actually lost the game completely at this point.
yeah, he doesn't have a single piece of the Akanai Circle combo. I'm just so sad, man. Innervate Yeti. Just the stuff of nightmares for Priest to deal with.
Well, there's that creeper.
There's that creeper. Is he going to play it? I hope he might play around Shadow Manus. It's
Wow.
a heads-up play. Yeah. He might be playing around Shadow Manus, might be playing around Akanai Circle. I don't really know, but yeah. Definitely works out better for him not to play it here. Is Gaara going to have 8 mana here? Or 7? 7, so.
Here, I think you Pyro and then Power Word Shield. You need more cards than that.
Yeah, this is just.
I think here you might even double Northshire and heal the Pyromancer.
You absolutely have to. There's no other
Oh,
option.
you drew Mind Control. Yeah, yeah, that's the play.
All right, well.
Right now,
He's
a
facing,
circle might be okay.
Yeah, he's facing 12 damage. It's not the cards you wanted to see. That Blade Master is going to give him a damaged minion.
Savage Roar.
Is that lethal? That's probably lethal.
I don't think it is.
8/6, yeah, it's lethal.
6/6 and then 3.
He missed.
Oh, he has a swipe. He has a swipe. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it's lethal with swipe as
It's
well.
8 + 6 + 4. So he missed lethal. It's good for Gaara. I don't know if that's going to be nearly enough to win him this game. Innervate can really just crush your dreams as the Priest player, which is why I would have gone with Handlock. But
I think here you change the mind. Change the mind of the 2/4 and then heal yourself.
what about like? No,
I don't,
yeah,
I
that's
don't
the, that's
see.
the best
I don't
play.
see a good Shadow Madness play.
Yeah, you got to go with that. That will make him dead 100%, but it's the play you have to make.
Yep.
As long as he sees it, that should be lethal.
I mean, you play Savage Roar and kill him. Didn't seem to work for him last turn.
This Druid deck is just so incredibly powerful when you get the good openers.
Yeah.
It's a big part of the reason I even played it myself at the European qualifiers. It's just so. Some of the games your opponent just can't interact at all.
Well, Gaara's behind 2 games, but again,
Two
you
good
said-
matchups for him too.
you
That's
said-
very unexpected.
Yeah. Well, he has a 3rd good matchup with the Handlock.
Yep, but that handlock is going to have to pull a whole lot of weight because even if he manages to beat Druid, what decks does his opponent still have lined up? All of those events also, by the way, RDU played in.
Wow,
So-
he dropped the Haunted Creeper and kept the Yeti.
That's. So Gaara opted for a Druid Mirror?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Over Handlock. You know why he did that? It's because he saw the big game hunter in the
Oh,
Priest
there's the
game.
Wild Growth.
That's so unlucky. That draw went from being one of those, one of those slower,
Yeah.
rough draws we were talking about.
But they both had terrible hands, and now Tiddler has a very good hand.
Yeah. That's the Wild Growth RNG. Yep, turn 2 hero power face. This game is...
Sylvanas, that's a weird one, isn't it?
No, everyone plays it. Every deck.
Yeah?
Sylvanas is OP right now. Too many...
Think it's going to 7 mana? I got like 3 of them left.
If it goes to 7, it might still be playable. So many Sludge Belchers clogging up the board, slowing the game down.
Do you ever attack with Shade before Savage Roar?
Sometimes. I mean, if it gets to pick up a free kill, like on a Northshire Cleric or something,
Yeah.
I'll go for it, but... Oh, man. Gaara's deck's playing Sludge Belcher. It's kind of a different Druid deck. It's not as aggressive as the other lists we've been seeing. Would you...
I think I'd Wrath for 1.
I think it's a fine play.
Set up a kill next turn with Swipe.
You can make a horrible trade with Savage Roar. I don't think that's the play.
You have the combo in hand. You don't want to do that.
What about swiping this turn and then wrathing next turn? No,
I don't
Wrath
know.
is...
I think you want to see more cards this turn. You want more options next turn rather than committing yourself to that.
Yeah, that's fair. None of his plays are really good here, honestly. Let's see if he plays Haunted Creeper. If he does, that would be a good draw. It would help that Savage Roar control the board a bit more. Oh, yeah, okay, Innervate's a good one to see, actually. That he's gonna take a ton of damage, but that lets him. Oh, I like this play a lot. Yeah, he's gonna take a lot of damage, but this lets him innervate the lore next turn if he wants to opt to do that.
Oh, there's another wild growth. That one doesn't do much, I don't think.
Yeah, you gotta go. Oh wow, he's gonna charge. Good play actually. You know, Gaara can't swipe both creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Plays around potential innervate Black Knight. This is gonna force Gaara to Sludge Belcher, I think, because that Sludge Belcher is gonna help set up.
Nope, he does go for the swipe.
Opponent's creatures.
Swipe, innervate, shade.
That's interesting. I would have gone Belcher and then swiped the turn after, but this lets him develop a minion that can trade for that druid.
Yeah.
So usually you want to save Sylvanas to behind on board, so I like his option here to.
Mm-hmm.
I like his play in playing Spectral Knight. It's got to be better here.
Right now, I think Gaara's in a pretty bad spot. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, you can't really beat Wild Growth when you like in a mirror if you don't have Wild Growth. I mean, you can, but it's just so unlikely.
Those creatures just keep coming.
Yeah, it's the whole deck, man. You draw Wild Growth, and then the rest of it's just a pile of 5 drops. And you see both players playing pretty fast, or rather the one with Wild Growth playing fast, because, you know, the deck's relatively straightforward to play. It's just kind of all about that opening hand. And they've been going pretty well so far for him.
What do you think about Gaara playing to draw here? Like,
Playing to draw?
yeah, using the lore to draw into maybe another innervate and doing another like 20-something damage combo.
Yeah, I'm down.
You think that? I think that might be his only way to win the game.
I don't like he'd be dead before then though. Maybe you just lure to heal to slow the game down and then draw the innervate naturally. You still gotta wait till you get to 10 mana and be alive, and you're gonna have a few natural draws for that.
If you're gonna slow down the game, I think the best way to do that is to keeper the 4/3 for 2 damage, and then hit it with the ooze or the hero
You
power.
could also like Savage Roar right now, kill the healthy guy, and then keeper the damaged one. But that's, yeah, he takes so much damage. It's just, there really are no good options here. You know, Lore's got to be the play. He is going to opt to draw.
Well, those are 2 heavy cards. I don't think you're really looking for those.
You are, but you want to play him on curve. Like, that Cairn Bloodhoof on turn 6 would have been able to.
I think right now you wrath down the 1/2 and you force a nature. You get the druid at 2 life.
No.
Why not? I mean, you still have a swipe at that point. The druid has to have his other
Lore and a way to kill. Yeah, you're right.
to own. Yeah.
There'd probably be no way to lose. I mean, to be fair, honestly, I think no matter which line of play he takes here, it's impossible to lose. It's just not possible to lose this game. Yeah, that Wild Growth draw immediately, that's what I'm talking about. This matchup is so volatile. I'm really surprised
Gaara
didn't
has
just go
no
with
outs right
Handlock.
now.
Yeah, I'm so surprised he didn't just go with Handlock immediately. Like, these are Priest into the mirror match. Like, you can easily lose to just, you know, the Wild Growth Gambit.
Yeah, Gaara's thinking right now, but this game is over. Tiddler has won this game. Tiddler is going to be up 3-0.
Yep.
And Gaara is
And you know
on Warlock.
Despite that, I think Gaara's like 55% to win the series. With the 4-0 comeback with Handlock. Yeah, they can do it. I think, I feel like...
I don't even think it's like 55% to beat the druid.
Really?
I think it's like 50% to beat the druid.
It's just the Game Hunter gamble. That's all that matters there. But
yeah,
honestly,
he is running big game.
Yeah, he has to draw it. Like, Handlock is very good against the entire lineup. Handlock is, by general consensus, the best deck in the game right now. If there's anything that could do it, it's Handlock.
There it goes.
Yep.
We've seen this, the druid sweep. Not quite over, though. He does have to win 4 this time around.
He does?
All right. Well, it's a pretty cool druid deck to play. I mean, I've tried playing this deck. I guess maybe I suck at mulliganing or suck at
good
getting.
at drawing Wild Growth?
Yeah, no, not really.
That's fine. It's not a very good deck when you don't draw
But
Wild
it's it's the feeling where, yeah, it's really fun to combo your opponent down. But when you have the same hand he had without the not swipe play.
Here we go. So Tiddler's first.
Arcane Golem.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. So Tiddler's first draw will be Wild Growth. It's going to give him a very solid curve.
What about Innervate? There it is.
That's not good enough. Because after you innervate the first big guy, you have no play. Like, the innervate's the best draw, assuming you draw Wild Growth next turn.
Okay.
You wouldn't coin the Wild Growth anyway, so that's fine. He'll draw it next turn.
Oh, you will?
Yeah,
Oh, I guess so.
it is. Yeah. I've watched this tournament today. This is,
Is this pre-recorded right now?
No, I've literally never seen them not get Wild Growth. This is how you get... Yeah, see, Gaara already well played. It's like, this is how you win tournaments, Grip. It's,
Oh, okay.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
I don't like Gaara's, playing Watcher here. Like, I would life tap. But I can understand it, I guess. He's looking for the turn 5 defender.
What do you think about the lore here to draw? Yeah, there we go. Because that immediately takes out the...
Yep. So not only drew the Wild Growth exactly on the turn he'd play it, but he drew the Innervate the turn before, which was the
well,
best card.
I called that out, but you
Yeah.
should have corrected me sooner before the...
Oh, man.
I mean, Gaara's hand is good, but Tiller's is just totally insane right now.
Yeah, I mean, matches like this happen. There's nothing you can do. Black Knight in hand, no Mortal Coil for Gaara. Everything going wrong.
I think Gaara is going to taunt up that Drake right now.
Yeah, he gets to kill 1/5/5 before he gets Black Knighted, but it's just so much pressure to come back from.
I actually think he won't get Black Knighted. I think it'll get traded. Because if he gets Black Knighted, then the 5/1 trades for the Argus.
That's an interesting play.
Okay. Heals that one.
The player on Keeper of the Grove and Wrath.
Okay. Well, Keeper of the Grove kills it anyway with a silence.
No, it doesn't. Well, I mean, you have to, like, hero power at least.
Yeah. Wild Growth again?
Yeah, his hand's really clunky. It's good to Wild Growth here for sure. He's not going to run out of cards to play this game.
Mm-hmm. Here you can tap Mountain Soulfire.
Now you life tap Hellfire.
Life tap Hellfire, okay. What about just getting something on board? But don't you need Hellfire to get rid of Shades?
Oh, this is actually a sick play too. I like this. Well, actually, no. This is... Why did this happen? Hold up.
I don't know. But it's going to die to a Yeti.
I mean, okay, I get the thinking. He's like trying to use his mana efficiently. Sylvanas is a pretty important card against Druid. I mean, to be fair, Lido has the Keeper here, so it's like... It wouldn't have done much if he saved it, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way it worked out, it was honestly probably better to do it this way.
What do you do here? Do you do a Mountain, initiate the trade, and Hellfire the turn after?
None of the options are too appealing. I'd probably life tap Sludge Belcher and then go for that Hellfire next turn.
Okay.
There's some Arcane Golem Soulfire play, but I don't know. And
It's
ramping
got
your...
double Molten Giants.
That's honestly not bad.
I think that's very good. I think that's what he needs to actually win this game.
The thing about Druid is, because of that Force of Nature combo, a lot of times
You don't
can
get him
just-
too low.
Yeah, you just let your opponent hover around 15 health and just kill them.
What do you think about the Soulfire face play? Which was actually
Yeah.
a missed way to survive in Masan's game, I believe.
I've done it before on ladder. It's not exciting, but it could work out.
Mm-hmm.
This game is so difficult to win. I think you play Cenarius rather than Lore here. If you're Levo. Yeah. You know, honestly, I would +2. I think it's better to +2 here.
Okay.
Plays around Hellfire, Shadowflame, Soulfire. It forces him to, like, siphon 2 different creatures.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to walk into the Hellfire instead, though. It's really unintuitive a lot of times to play Cenarius as, you know, just a large Shattered Sun Cleric.
The thing is, with Hellfire, it's still not great. It's like, you're on 8 mana, you Hellfire, you got 4 left, and you don't have a Drake.
Yeah.
And considering you played Drake, this might be a strategic play, in fact.
I could see that.
It's like, yeah, you have Hellfire or Shadowflame. Play it, I still have board control and a big creature.
That's true. Maybe you... Oh, man. I think I life tap Sludge Belcher, Soulfire the 8/3.
Okay. No, there's a Hellfire.
I still think he's going to opt to life tap afterwards, which he should have done first, but there just aren't any great... Yeah, he's going to like really aggressively fight for board control. That's fine. This card ends up being Defender, which is probably the best card he could have discarded,
Yeah,
I think.
it is.
Maybe one Molten. Those Moltens are either going to be incredible or completely unplayable, depending on how Levo decides to
I
play
think
this game.
given the fact that the Druid's hand is way better than the Handlock's hand, you need to almost rely on a big Molten Giant play to actually win this game.
He's playing Farseers before Moltens. This is all but over at this point. He's like slowing the game down, but he's never going to get to play Molten now.
I mean, you can't really disagree with that play because you're getting Force of Nature Savage Roared.
I feel like Gaara should have been life tapping more aggressively this game.
Oh, that's interesting.
In the Black Knight play?
Yeah.
That seems fine.
Because now if he does pull off the Molten Giants, they might actually stick.
He actually had one, I believe he was one off lethal this turn, now that I did the math. Actually, yeah, never mind.
His highest damage play, I believe, was Force of Nature Savage or Innervate Wrath. And now he's drawing to nothing. He's dead. Yep.
Well, never mind, I guess. That was,
Druid sweeps 4-0.
Some fortunate wild growths off the top, back to back. You really got to feel for Gaara. These games are just incredibly unlucky, in all honesty. Well, it wasn't so much unlucky from Gaara rather than lucky from Lebo, I think, but still, you know, that's Hearthstone. It happens. And
yeah, we did have some pretty scripted draws at the beginning of the game.
yeah. That's good to see Chinese players advance, though. Maybe that means, you know, we'll have another WCA next year. Yeah,
Maybe.
It's cool to see them perform well.
Yeah. It's going to be TiddlerCelestial against Lebo in the final.
Yeah. I don't think anyone expected that.
We've seen both these players have been quite fortunate in their games, and both of them have, from what I've seen, swept with one deck. I wonder what's going to happen. Druid